So over the last year or so, did you ever kind of deal with like a demographic or a certain basically client that it was more than others?
Yeah, in the past year or even the past 2 years, there's definitely a type of client that we see more of. I think the baby boomer generation has been holding on to their homes a little bit. I think that's why you see condo market, not as many condos are being filled right away. There seems to be inventory there because boomers, they're trying to stay in their home. I know for my parents, they want to stay in their home. They're in their 80s. They haven't downsized yet. So I think we're seeing that a lot more. But we do see a lot of boomers, a lot of elderly, seniors trying to downsize. And for that type of demographic and that age group, it can be really stressful. It can be really overwhelming. So we see a lot of that. We get a lot of calls where someone calls us, they're senior, they don't really know where to get started. And when we go over there, it's kind of sad. You go into these houses and there's 30, 40, 50 years of stuff accumulated in these houses. As human beings, we accumulate things. I know my house has way too much stuff in there, but you go into these properties and they're just overwhelmed. They need to sell. They know they need to sell. There's maybe stairs they can't do anymore. The house is just too large. Maybe their bills are too expensive as well. But getting started for that demographic, especially like I've had a scenario recently that I've seen a lot recently of as well. Like a widow. So, a single lady, unfortunately her husband maybe had passed in the last year or two and she's all by herself. Her family maybe doesn't live in the Ottawa area and she needs to sell. Like she really needs to get out of her property, but they don't know where to start. She, completely overwhelmed. And I think that's where real estate agents have to come in and really show them the way, show them the path that for you, it does look overwhelming, it looks stressful, but this is what we do every single day. And there's services for them to help them do that. And that's what we did with this lady. She was actually lived in my community. And we went in there and we just really helped her. We went in there and we had a transition team go in. We were able to get all her clutter out of there. We sold some of her items. We worked with our transition team to pack and get everything packed up that she was gonna take to her next location, her next property. We had it all cleaned up for her within about a week. We did a ton of work for her that she didn't think we could do. She thought it was gonna take 6 months, a year, because she was so overwhelmed. She was just so stressed out. So stuff like that, I think we see a lot of. It's more prevalent in the market now.